Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, time of this truth and rule well. And I want to say Shalom to Akim and Akwat out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. This one's titled Esau's Social Media Division Tactics. All right, and as you can see, we're back on the computer. So we made it home safely. Barak Yahweh Meow Shy for that. Back and able to do the lessons on the computer. Lord willing. There may be sometimes, because of some things in the house going on, I may have to do them on phone, but we're gonna basically see how that goes. Lord willing, I'll be able to keep on doing them on the computer regularly, but we'll have to wait and see. So again, Esau's social media division tactics. And now this is this is a video, all right, that I came across on Reddit, all right, as I was browsing through the popular tab, and it's quite interesting. Now they say it was AI. Really, what they're talking about is an algorithm. But we're gonna go ahead and touch on that and go ahead and let it play. Let me go ahead and start it up. So this is from the Oddly Terrifying Reddit. It says the way AI manipulates us on social media. Now what it should say is the way the algorithm manipulates us on social media. But they said AI. Not everything's AI. That's an algorithm. Okay, and watch what they do. Watch how this algorithm is used to divide us. All right, and Esau's whole thing is about division, so it's very fitting that they would use something like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this play. It shouldn't be too long. It's about 2 minutes long, and we're gonna go ahead and let it play, and then we'll go ahead and we may stop or start at any point in time to commentate on it. But here you go.
This is the most insane example of how everyone is experiencing completely different social medias at the exact same time. Like, this video, my boyfriend said he'd be over by 3 after golfing, and it's just her every half an hour taking a video saying, oh, he's still not here, and it gets to 5 or 6 p.m. and he's still not here. Okay, I opened the comments of this video, and kind of as I expected, everyone was saying, oh, that's really rude, it's the disregard of...
See, the fact she's even recording to begin with tells me that he's done this before. Did he communicate with you? If he didn't, then red flag. He's replaceable. I don't like him. It's the disregard of her time.
Her time. I don't like him. Did he communicate with you? If not, then that's a red flag. Okay, fair enough. I send this video to my boyfriend who was sat next to me, and then I said to my boyfriend, "Lol, look at the comments." Bear in mind, these comments were coming up at the top of the list. So as soon as you open the comments, these are the ones that came up for me. Tell me fucking why my boyfriend opens the comments on his phone. Again, it's the first list of comments that come up. It's the same time on the same video.
Look, or you could get your own hobby instead of waiting around for him. He meant before 3 p.m. He's ahead of schedule.
Or you could get your own hobby instead of waiting around for him. God forbid he has a good time. He meant before 3 a.m. He's ahead of schedule. No fucking wonder we're all so divided when you can look at the same comments on the same video and it'll change them based on who you are, and I presume based on other activity in the app. Because people look at the fucking comments of a video to gain perspective and see how everyone feels about that video. I do that. I think everyone does that. So if we're looking at it from 2 completely different angles, and the only thing that I can assume really that's that different about our interactions with Instagram is that he's a guy and I'm a girl, and so obviously these are all on his side and all of mine were on her side. What? Also, obviously there are millions of other examples why we're so divided, but this is not helping. Also, in this specific situation, in any of these situations, it doesn't necessarily matter which party is actually in the right. What matters is the fact that people are being fed completely different takes on media. And I tried to scroll to find the comments that were on his, and I couldn't find them. It's insane.
There you go.
This is the most
So you see, they're feeding women, all right, one side, all right, that's all based upon feminism, all right, and then they're feeding men a completely different other side of the of the story, you know. So, you see how this is Esau's manipulation tactics, man. What did I name the video? Let me go back and find it. It's Esau's social media division tactics. All right, manipulation, division, whatever you want to call it. It's they're manipulating it to cause division. Then you see it. They're feeding women these feminist ideologies. Oh yeah, he's replaceable. Oh, just red flag, just leave him. Shit like that. And they feed that to women. All right, to put these feminist ideologies inside of their head, man. But for men, they say, hey man, look, he wasn't doing anything wrong, right? So you see what they're feeding these women. It's a manipulation, a division tactic, all right, to keep these women in this feminist mindset, all right, to keep them engaged in all this type of bullshit and keep them separate from the men. And so they're, the men this and men that. Men are so evil, men now, you're disregarding your time. Oh, you should just replace him. Oh, you're better than that girl. All these type of things, man, that they're using. That's Esau's bullshit, man. It's Esau's bullshit. So, let's go ahead and grab a scripture. All right. So let's get Proverbs 4:16, which we already have up. This is Proverbs 4:16. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. And that's Esau. All right, the so-called white man. That's what they do. They go and try to engineer this bullshit. Okay, this evil wickedness, and it's not just with Instagram, it's with everything, right? They push this type of shit towards women in YouTube, they push it in Reddit, they push it in Instagram and all these social medias and TikTok, right? And they're specifically engineering the minds of people. All right, and that's that whole thing with TikTok too. Okay, they're engineering the mind. They're saying that people are now claiming that they have mental illnesses when they don't even have mental illnesses. They're engineering these people. They're basically manufacturing mental illnesses. All right, let's go see if we can find that. See if we can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Me and the wife were just watching it recently. Not everything is a mental illness. Let me see. Now, of course, they don't want to show it now. I don't know what necessarily it was called. Well, I'll watch a little bit of this. Let's see. The people are, they're doing the thing where they fake Tourette's. And they found out the kids they were called TikTok ticks, and they were actually, ugh. Here, we'll watch some.
What's that? I don't look autistic? Look, I don't blame you. A lot of doctors missed it.
I'm not being funny, but everyone here looks pretty normal. Except this kid who's like eating a foot or his hand or something.
I don't look like Rain Man or Sheldon Cooper, but let me tell you something. The diagnostic criteria that exists was based off a bunch of dudes and little to no chicks.
Awfully quiet since this rap came out. Hey, look, I struggle with... Yo, can we just appreciate that dank vape cloud at the start? That was tight. That really helped get your point across, whatever you were trying to do. Just like this person's brain. I've made videos on this before, and they actually... Right, look, I'm no doctor, but clearly, if you walk like you've got like an itchy ass crack, then apparently you are autistic. It's not because...
And you see it. I guess she's talking, not really showing much, but is this the one?
Hey everyone.
No, this isn't the one. But romanticizing mental illness. We don't have to get all of it, you know, and find all these things. But the fact of the matter is, you know, let's see if we can find it. TikTok tics. TikTok Tourette's. Okay? And people are actually getting demons on them now. TikTok Tourette's. Are we witnessing a rise in functional tic-like behavior driven by adolescent social media use? All right? And it talks about, you can go ahead and read it, but, you know, kids are getting tics, right? From, you know, it says, look, I got tics after watching Tourette's-related videos on TikTok. Says, I had just finished watching a Tourette's-related videos on TikTok when I felt myself doing a tic and thought to myself, why am I faking this? What's wrong with me? Even though I knew it was fake, the tics just got worse, and I fell into a rabbit hole of searching for information about what I was experiencing. This whole time my body would be ticking. It was very weird to me that my brain can just do this so suddenly, and even if I think I'm faking it, it still feels very involuntary to me. I don't know what to do. Could this be because of stress as it is my first week of senior year? What these people don't realize is that, you know, it's demons, man. It's literally demons that are getting on these people. It says it tends to be less intense when someone's looking at me, and I sort of suppress it so I don't embarrass myself. It's so bizarre, you know, and they keep on going on. And let's see, if we go to controversial, let's see what people have to say. Stop watching TikTok. It says I deleted it today, actually. That app messes with your brain. It says tics are different from the ones I saw, but there are some similar ones. You don't get tics from watching videos. Stop it already. Now, it says I believe my Tourette's got initially triggered by seeing someone with Tourette's on YouTube show their tics. They had one tic of looking up, and I then had it for 3 days straight. So yeah, you see it, man. You know, it's all engineering, but those demons and shit. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's some malicious shit behind the scenes with TikTok, with, you know, actually doing some type of mind-altering bullshit, man. All right, because I wouldn't put it past Esau. Going back into Proverbs 4:16, for they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. So they put this shit out there to mess with people, all right, for mischief's sake, right? Because they want to do mischief, they want to hurt people, they want to harm people, and they want to cause people to fall. Okay, that's their whole thing. It's the beast man, all right. Their whole their whole demeanor or their whole lifestyle is based off of wickedness. Okay, so let's go to Etymology Online. I'm gonna go look up mischief and see what it has to say. Let's go and check it out. Mischief says evil condition or misfortune, hardship, need, want, wickedness. All right, so except they have done mischief, except they have done evil, right? Wickedness, wrongdoing, right? Harm, trouble, annoyance, vexation. So unless they're harming someone or causing misfortune, evil, and annoyance or vexation to come to them, they're not getting good sleep. All right, their sleep is taken away, right? Unless they cause someone to fall, unless they cause someone to end up in a bad situation. Right? So that's why they put all these things out there. They social engineer. They put out things like TikToks and YouTube Shorts and all these different things. And I watch YouTube Shorts from time to time. There's a lot of stupidity and ignorance that goes out on those things, man. And that's why you're seeing they're doing research, and they're finding out that even these teachers are talking about it. You know, the IQ just keeps dropping and dropping and dropping. These kids don't understand anything these days, right? They're failing even basic multiplication, basic addition, basic subtraction, right? The generation literally is getting more ignorant, all right, more stupid as the time goes on. So that's all done by what? Engineering, man. Engineering of people and their brains and the schools and, you know, all this type of shit. All right, that's their ultimate goal is to dumb down the population. Because if you have a dumbed down population that's inside the box, they're never going to think outside the box. All right, they're never going to think that. They're never going to give way into quote-unquote conspiracy theories, all right, because those people are just crazy. Don't believe them, they're crazy. Okay, and then they move on. You know, it's a very they've dumbed down the people into very easily controllable beings that can easily just be told that's not true, and they'll say, oh, I guess it's not true then, and they'll move on. They won't they don't have independent thought. They can't think for themselves. All right, they can't do research for themselves. All right, they can't come to their own conclusions. Okay. So if the government says that's good, they say it's good. If the government says it's bad, it's bad. They say go get this thing, they go do this thing. They say, hey, don't do that, they don't do it. Right? And that's the type of society that they're ultimately looking to build. All right, where they have full control. Okay, they don't want to have these outside of the box thinkers, or these people that are capable of independent thought. All right, they don't want those things. They want somebody that's dumbed down. All right, in their house, scrolling on TikTok for 5 hours. All right, eating all of their heavily processed foods. Okay, and it's perfect test subject for control, man. Okay, and that's these devils, these Edomites, so-called white man. All right, again, Proverbs 4:16, for they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. Now, I want to go get that in the Good News Translation and see what it has to say. It says, wicked people cannot sleep unless they have done something wrong. They lie awake unless they have hurt someone. Okay, and this wicked people should really be replaced with the Edomites, all right, or the wicked, not wicked people, all right, the wicked, because this, when it's talking about the wicked, all right, and now there are some times throughout the Bible where the wicked is referring to the wicked of Israel, but a lot of the time, unless it's referring specifically to Israel or it mentions Zion or Judah, if it's just saying the wicked, all right, 9 times out of 10, it's referring to Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, all right, because they were called the border of wickedness, right? Let's go and get it. The border of wickedness. We'll go get it in Malachi 1:4. It says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation for ever. All right? So that's, again, Edom, and it talks about the Lord having indignation against them forever, right? So they are the border of wickedness. These are the wicked people. Now, I'm curious what this has to say, all right, in the Good News Translation. So let's open it up another tab and type it in. Let's see what it has to say. It says, if Esau's descendants... Let me grab a drink before we continue on. Bear with me just one moment. All right, it says, if Esau's descendants, the Edomites, say, our towns have been destroyed, but we will rebuild them. All right, and that shows you the pride of these devils. Then the Lord will reply, let them rebuild. I will tear them down again. People will call them the evil country and the nation with whom the Lord is angry forever. All right, so you see it. The Lord doesn't like these people. Doesn't like them, has never liked them. All right, did never like them. He chose Israel. All right, he chose Jacob over Esau. All right, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. All right, and you can go back to the blessing that Isaac gave Jacob, whose name was later changed to Israel, and you can see that the Lord was clearly dealing with Jacob all along and not Esau, because if he was dealing with Esau ever, he would have got the blessing. He would have been home, right? He wouldn't have been out in the woods starving and wanted to trade his birthright, right? All those things would have never happened if the Lord loved Esau, but the Lord doesn't love Esau. He loves Jacob, whose name was later changed to Israel, and that's why all the blessings went to Israel, all right, or Jacob, all right, because Jacob was his original name. It was changed after he wrestled the angel. He was given the title of Israel. Israel is a people before it's a place, so when you hear Israel, it's dealing with the Israelites, just like when you hear, you know, Edom, Esau's name was later changed to Edom, so when you hear Edom, or the Edomites, all right, it's dealing with the descendants of Esau, just like when you hear of Israel, it's dealing with the descendants of Jacob, right? So these devils, right, just can't get any sleep unless they've done some terrible shit. All right, and and Esau's smart with their wickedness, man. They're very smart. All right, let's go and get Psalms 52 and 1 through 7. All right, now they're not smart in spiritual things or in certain other things, but they are smart in their wickedness and the way that they do it. They're not dumb when it comes to wickedness. That's where all their intelligence comes from, is their wickedness. Psalms 52 and 1 through 7. It says, to this chief musician Mishael, all right, it says a psalm of David. And like I said, I'm not great with names. It says a psalm of David. So if I pronounce this wrong, Salakia. It says a psalm of David when Doug the Edomite came and told Saul and said unto him. So this is a conversation between Salakia. This is a conversation between David. All right, David and Doug the Edomite, and David is speaking to Doug. Right. It says David has come to the house of Ahimelech. It says, why boasteth thou thyself in mischief, O mighty man? The goodness of Yahweh endureth continually. All right, again, David speaking to this Edomite. All right, Doug. It says, thy tongue deviseth mischiefs, like a sharp razor working deceitfully. Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness. Selah. Thou lovest all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue. And that's Esau, man. Deceitfulness, right? And lying, right? And deceiving, devising mischief, all right? It says, Yahweh shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place and root thee out of the land of the living. Selah. The righteous also shall see and fear and shall laugh at him. Lo, this is the man that made not Yahweh his strength. Okay. He didn't go and trust in the Lord like Israel did. What did he do instead? It says, but trusted in the abundance of his riches and strengthened himself in his wickedness. So Esau doesn't strengthen himself through Yahweh Bashem Yahushai as Israel does. All right. Israel, you know, when we feel weak, or because we are weak comparatively to the Lord, all right, we're in a weakened state now, all right, especially under the curses. All right, we call out to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, we pray to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai when we're sick or being afflicted or going through a situation that's not favorable to us. We call upon, well, at least, you know, the brothers and sisters in this truth and the hopeful elect, we call upon Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, all right, because the Lord is our strength, all right? We are not our own strength. We need Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. We cannot do it without him, all right? But Esau doesn't call upon Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, okay? They call upon their bigwig bankers and their Wall Street people and their other investors and people that they can talk to, and their Bill Gates and their Rockefellers, right? And they say, hey, we need to do some wickedness, all right? And we need to put our money together to stop these people from figuring this out or that, or what can we do to keep these people in a dumbed down state? That's what they do, right? They trust in, like it says, but entrusted in the abundance of his riches, trusted in the abundance of his riches and strengthened himself in his wickedness. So they strengthen themselves through wickedness, through dumbing people down, all right, through taking away knowledge, all right, and trying to ban the Bible. That's how they strengthen themselves. All right, we'll be stronger if these people don't know who they are, right? No, go and knock off the noses of statues and cover up all the pictures with, instead of them being brown skin, put leprous skin on them, right? And instead of the name Yahweh and Yahweh Shai being in there, put fake names in their place. And instead of it being their Savior and the Heavenly Father being a dark-skinned men, go and put, you know, white-skinned men in their place. All right, leprous skinned men in their place, and put long silk-like hair, all right, instead of afros. You know, to go through here and knock all the history out, right? That's how they strengthen themselves and make it look like we're really the strong ones. That we're the ones that have had so many accomplishments throughout history, right? And expunge that name Esau in Israel, so they won't know who is who, right? So they won't know who is who. I don't want them to know that we're the Edomites, and we don't want them to know that they're the Israelites, right? That's what Esau does. That's the type of shit that they do, man. It's wickedness, because they trust in their riches, and like it says, but trusted in the abundance of his riches and strengthened himself in his wickedness. And riches can get you pretty far with doing some wickedness, man, because you can use that funds to go and say, hey, you know, no excavation in Israel. We don't want that happening anymore. I'm going to pay you this much for this not to happen. I'm going to pay you this if you cover this up. I'm going to give you this amount of money if you don't say this. I'm going to give you this amount of money if you sign this NDA. If you break this NDA, you go to prison or you get killed, yada, yada, yada. That's what these people do, man. They're wicked. They're wicked. They're evil as hell, man. So let's get Psalms 10 and 4 through 6. Go and get that. It says, the wicked, you know what? I'm actually curious. I am quite curious. If I go to ChatGPT and look it up, I want to look up how do I want to type it? What are some famous examples of the government covering up the truth? List at least 10 with a short summary. Let's go and check it out. All right. Okay, so let's see. Here are 10 famous examples of government cover-ups throughout history. The government would never cover anything up. Yes, they would. Yes, they would. All right. Watergate scandal, 1972 to 1974. The Nixon administration attempted to cover up its own involvement with the break-in at the Democratic National Committee headquarters at the Watergate office complex. This led to the resignation of President Nixon under the threat of impeachment. What else? Tuskegee syphilis study. Oh, we all know about this. From 1932 to 1972, the U.S. Public Health Service conducted a study on Israelite men, all right, with syphilis without their informed consent, deceiving them about the nature of their treatment, which was actually a non-treatment to study the progression of the disease. And they're being deceitful here because they actually injected people with syphilis, okay? The Iran-Contra affair, 1980s, it says, senior Reagan administration officials secretly facilitated the sale of arms to Iran, which is under an arms embargo, and used the proceeds to fund Contra rebels in Nicaragua, violating U.S. law. What about the Pentagon Papers? It says a classified study of Vietnam War revealed that the U.S. government had systemically lied to the public and Congress about the scope and progress of the war. The leak by Daniel Ellsberg exposed these deceptions. Operation Northwoods, 1962, and that's where we're gonna cut it off. Well, actually, no, we'll go with a couple more. The U.S. Department of Defense proposed false flag operations, and they would never do false flag. Well, it's right here. Operations to justify military intervention in Cuba, including fake terrorist attacks on America's soil. The plan was ultimately rejected by President Kennedy. And then guess what? When did President Kennedy die? He died in 1963. When was this proposed? 1962. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. All right. It says MK Ultra, CIA program that conducted covert experiments on human subjects, including mind control and drug testing without their knowledge or consent. The extent of abuses was revealed during congressional hearings in 1970. Another one. We'll skip down to COINTELPRO because we think these are all conspiracy theories. All right, an FBI program that aimed to surveil, infiltrate, discredit, and disrupt domestic political organizations deemed subversive. The program targeted civil rights activists, feminists, socialists, and others using illegal methods. And they say feminists. Yeah. But wasn't MK Ultra and COINTELPRO considered a conspiracy theory? Look at this. MK Ultra and COINTELPRO were once considered conspiracy theories, but they have since been confirmed as real government programs through official investigations and released documents. Here are the details on their exposure and confirmation, and you can read them right here. Who knows if they're accurate? Do your own research. But look, man. So that means, check this out. Let's play with it a bit. So that must mean that some of the so-called conspiracy theories going on today will more than likely be revealed to be true at some point. Correct? Yep, and that goes on to filibuster. Yeah, but you just said, look, here's how you beat ChatGPT. But you just said that they were once conspiracy theories that were now revealed to be true. So answer yes or no. There is to the next question. Some of the so-called conspiracy theories we know today will more than likely be proved to be true. Yes, some of the so-called conspiracy theories we know today will more than likely be proved to be true. Bam! There you go.
The conspiracy theories, the conspiracy theories, put the conspiracy theories.
Is it a conspiracy theory that there's social engineering people, that they're manipulating social media to keep people divided? Come on, man. For a long time, and I don't know if they can still consider it as such, but for a long time they were considering the idea of a global elite to be a conspiracy theory. They probably still consider it to be so. But most people, at least now, understand that there is a global elite, and these people are just dumb, man. They're really, really dumb. They're really, really dumb. Okay? So, get rid of this as well. I was just double checking that it was David that was indeed speaking to Doug, right? So you see it, man, and that's what these devils do. That's exactly what these devils do, man. They go and do wickedness. This is Psalms 10:4 through verse 6. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after Yahweh. Yahweh is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. That's how prideful these devils are. They say, I'm not going to be moved. They really think that, they've got it on lock. They've got these people controlled and mind controlled to such an extent that, it's never going to come out who they are. And that's why they're really shitting their pants with the whole Hebrew Israelite movement. We scare the fuck out of them. We really do. All right, through Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Not that, we're doing anything important, but this movement's being led by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, he's only putting the spirit on men, all right, like us, to bring this truth out. It's not any doing of our own. It's just being the spirit is being put on us to teach this truth, and it's scaring the shit out of these devils, man. Because now they're looking at a ban the Bible. Why all of a sudden do you want to ban the Bible? One could only think. Okay, they don't want the truth to come out. They don't want, because now it's the so-called white man's Esau. Oh, we don't like that. Or the so-called black man's Jacob. Oh, we don't like that. Or the Lord's coming back and he's a big black man. And we don't like that, right? So they're gonna try to go and ban all these things. They don't want to. They don't. At the end of the day, really, if they could just glue all our lips shut and wouldn't have us say anything, that's what they would do. But they can't. They can't stop this truth from coming out because they can. At the end of the day, they could kill as many of us as they wanted to, but the Lord's truth would still be revealed. Okay? Because it's not a matter of what men are doing. It's a matter of what the Lord is doing. The Lord's truth is going to come out regardless if they try to hurt us or harm us or kill us or, put us in guillotines or ban the Bible or whatever it is. It's going to be known, okay? And these people are not going to stop their judgment. The Lord hates these people. They're going to get repaid for their wickedness, all right? And it cannot be stopped. It will not be stopped, and the Lord's not going to allow it to be stopped, okay? These devils are going to get what's coming to them, all right? So this is Psalms 10:4 through 6. This is in the Good News translation. It says, the wicked do not care about the Lord. In their pride, they think that God doesn't matter. They don't think they think that God's useless because the Lord, I hate to say God, Yahweh, all right, is not helping them. Okay, so you see these atheists. Oh no, prayer doesn't do anything. Oh, the God doesn't exist. I've prayed, nothing. Yeah, because he's not going to answer your prayer because you're wicked. You're wicked. He's not going to answer you. It says the wicked succeed in everything. They cannot understand Yahweh's judgment. They sneer at their enemies. They say to themselves, we will never fail. We will never be in trouble. And the wicked succeed. And now it's a little presumptuous with what it's saying here. If I'm using that word correctly, presumptuous. Let me see. Presumptuous. A little bold, yeah, I guess it would work. It's a little presumptuous, a little bold, and a little arrogant to say that the wicked succeed in everything. They don't succeed in everything. They succeed in many things, all right, because the Lord's allowing them, right now it's their kingdom. He's allowing them to do these things and really dig their own grave. What they're doing essentially is digging their own grave. It seems like they're prospering, but they're digging their own grave. With every Israelite that an Edomite kills, with every evil thing that's done at the hand of these Edomites, that grave is dug just a little bit deeper. And the Lord is going to come back and repay these people, man. Why? It's been taking forever. You don't understand it. You don't get it. It's not for you to understand the scriptures, all right? More than likely, you're either an Edomite or some two-third Jake if you're saying some dumb shit like that. So let's go on. Let's get Psalm 64 and 1, all right, through 9. Let's go and get it. So let me grab another drink. All right. So Psalm 64 and 1. through verse 9. It says, to the chief musician, a psalm of David. Hear my voice, O Yahweh, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? Right? And I'm just going to read it and we'll come back. It says, they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. But Yahweh shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, and that all that see them shall flee away. And all men shall fear and shall declare the work of Yahweh, that they shall wisely consider of his doing. Let's go back through this and break this down, right? So it's talking about hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, right? Now, the way I always explain this is like, when you look at counsel, it talks about counseling or, dealing with this. We're not talking about that type of counsel. We're talking about a council of people that get together, that gather together, sit around a circular table and have talk, For example, the Jedi Council. All right, I believe that's what it was called, the Jedi Council. All right, isn't that what it was? Jedi Council. The Jedi High Council, right? Dealing with the 12 Jedi, right? What did it say? The 12. It said, what did it say? We just read it. It was a body of 12 Jedi Masters. All right, they govern the Jedi Order. And I'm not the most knowledgeable about Star Wars. I like Star Wars, but I don't know everything about Star Wars, right? But this is what it was. This was a council. And what did they do? What did they do? All right, let's go again. What did they do? All right, what did they do? All right, check it out. The Jedi High Council was the governing body of the Jedi Order. Its composition consisted of 12 Jedi Masters who were tasked with the responsibility of guiding the Order, including 5 members having lifelong positions, who convened as a council to discuss matters of importance to the Jedi. So if they have the Council of the Wicked in the Bible, what would these wicked people doing? They would be discussing matters of importance to the wicked, right? It says the council activity included deliberating galactic events and discerning the will of the Force. If a Jedi elected to take a sabbatical from the council duties, the member could select a Jedi to temporarily hold their seat in the council. Okay, so that's what a council does. All right, let's go back to ChatGPT and ask it, what does a council do? Right? There's different types of councils, right? And it says a council typically refers to a group of individuals who come together to deliberate, make decisions, and provide guidance on specific matters within a community, organization, or a governing body. All right, and that's why you think you have like WEF, all right, the World Economic Forum, and that's really what these things do. They get around, they talk to each other, and talk about the wickedness that they want to do. Oh, hey, you tech guys. So how's the Mark of the Beast coming along? Is it going good? What do you do? Okay, so you guys are actually doing you're making the physical device. Cool. What about you software engineers? Are you working on that CBDC? How's that coming along? Have you worked with the guys with making the physical chip yet? Have you actually got this working and up and coming? That's cool. All right, you Jewish people, what have you done? Have you putting that more? Are we putting that? Oh, no, we need to run an anti-Semitism commercial. Put that out there. Cool. That's cool. Keep on bombing those Palestinians. You're doing a great job. All right, what are you doing? Rappers. All right, not that they'd ever have. The rappers wouldn't really be there. So like, I'll take that back. They'll be like, media moguls. You. All right, you record labels. You still don't have those black people. They're still making gangster music. Cool. Do we have any new females to talk about shaking their ass and their titties and getting popped in the back? Do some songs about anal sex. That'll be great. We need more of that out in the world. Cool. What about you people? What is this, a movie? Put more homosexuals in that movie. Oh, and put a transgender in there. Matter of fact, is there something new we can make? How about you? It's a guy who thinks he's a girl, but he really ends up finding out that he's not a guy that thinks he's a girl. He's actually non-binary. He has no gender at all. And then make a scene where he's confused about what bathroom to go. Oh, and then put a lot of marketing on pushing this out there and make shirts, t-shirts, pushed out there in the media. Instagram needs to be on it. Facebook needs to be on it. TikTok needs to be on it. Have Elon Musk do something with that. This needs to really be out there so it really pushes that confused mindset. People over there that are doing TikTok, what are you doing? What type of shit are you pushing? All right, I want you to push more mental illnesses out there. We need more mental illness out there. Push more feminism. We're not seeing enough feminism out there. All right, and you, Instagram. All right, what you people need to do, and of course they're talking about people that actually control these things. They're not dealing with, these low-level people, these actual social media influencers. No, they're dealing with the people that control the algorithms, all right, and all these different things. And then these people know, oh, feminism is getting there. We have to do if we want to get popular, we have to lean into this. Just like with rappers, if you want to be famous, you can't say, yo, listen to your mom, do what you're told, do all your chores, it'll never get old. No, they want to say, rob that bitch, steal that bitch, fuck that bitch up, down, kill her now, shoot her in the face, shit like that. I'ma rob everybody up on his block. That's what they want to hear, man. So these are the people that are meeting in these councils, and they're talking about these things, and they're talking to people. How can we ban the Bible? How can we stop these people from? It's all this wicked shit, man. How can we make people have less and be happy what they have is less? That's what they're talking about, man. That's what these forums are about. That's what ultimately this is what this council is about, man. It's the wicked, the secret council of the wicked, and they get together and they talk. That's what they do, and they bring forth wickedness. And how can we put this wickedness out there? How can we make the world more wicked? How can we make this music more wicked? How can we make the books more wicked? How can we make the TV more wicked? How can we make the video games more wicked? All this shit, man. That's what they do, and that's why you're seeing more and more homosexuality. You're seeing more feminism. You're seeing more just weird shit on your media. All right, books, comic books, movies, TV shows, music, all this shit. You're seeing it everywhere, man, because that's all the product of those secret councils getting together and working that wickedness, working that iniquity. So now we've broke that down. Let's start over again. Psalms chapter 64 and verse 1. It says, to the chief musician, a psalm of David. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. It says, hear my voice, O Yahweh, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. And that's what these people do. They're workers of iniquity. They work wickedness, all right? They forge wickedness. They make it out, all right? They find out how to make it worse. It says, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. And these arrows are this wicked shit that they brought about, all right, that they're thinking up, all right? It says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They also try to condemn the just and make the just and right people look wicked. They try to make the Hebrew Israelites look like we're some evil people, all right? Like we're terror, all right? Ists, all right? Had to break it up. They try to make it look, and we're at the end of the day, we're not doing anything, man. We're not hurting people. We don't have any plans on hurting people. We're a harmless organization, really. Well, I won't say we're harmless. We're harmless in the fact of the matter of we're not going to physically harm anybody. All right, we could be harmful in the state against what they're doing because we're bringing out righteousness. All right, and to wickedness, righteousness is harmful to it. Okay, it's like pouring water on a flame. All right, it's not good. Water is very terrible for a flame. Okay. But water isn't terrible in itself. It's not wicked. It's not evil. But to a flame, it is. Okay? So, I can't say we're harmful because, yes, we're harmful to their organization. But we're not going to physically hurt anybody. We're not going to punch anybody unless they try to hurt us first. All right, we're not going to go out there and kill people or attack people or do any of these weird events that they try to make it seem like we're going to do. We're not like that. All right? We don't do that. We're here to teach the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai to wake up the elect. All right? With, of course, the Lord waking up the elect. Not us, all right? We're just teaching it so the elect can be woken up through that, through the word, not through us, but through Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and his spirit, okay? So to them, yeah, that could be harmful, but we're not out there shooting and stabbing and killing people. And a matter of fact, they love that type of shit. They love that type of shit. They're not stopping the gangbangers and the thugs that are doing those type of things, but they're trying to push all those things on us and make us look bad, when in fact, we don't do any of those things. We stay home, all right, watch our lessons, watch some TV, eat some food, all right, and go to work and come home. That's what we do, man. But they're trying to make it seem like we're wicked because really what we're doing is harmful to their organization. It's harmful to them. All right, it's not making them look good, and great. We're not trying to make them look good. We're trying to reveal those devils for who they are, the evil, the wicked, man, through Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, so these devils try to shoot and put things out on the righteous, and they try to hurt people out there, right? It says verse 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? And a snare is a type of trap that's used for rabbits and other small animals, all right, for hunting, all right, which you shouldn't be eating rabbit anyway because it's abominable, but that's what these people do. For other small game, it snatches them up in it, all right, it's like a little rope that pulls around their leg and then now they're stuck, all right, that's what these people do. They're laying snares as almost a form of a stumbling block. They're trying to get these people, and I would say Hebrew Israelites, but it's us and a whole bunch of other people, anybody that they can get, they want to get up in their net, all right, and they want to absolutely destroy us, all right, and absolutely destroy society, okay, regardless if it's us. They're not only doing it to the Hebrew Israelites, they're doing it to just other people that are just walking around in the world. Not that they're innocent, but they're trying to ensnare them as well. They're trying to really have the whole population ensnared in this dumbed down mindset. All right, it works for them. A dumb society works for them even better. All right, because it's really easy to feed false information into an idiot that doesn't do their own research. It says verse 6, they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. But Yahweh shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And all men shall fear and shall declare the work of Yahweh, for they shall wisely consider of his doing. And that's when you have events like the whole Kyrie and Kanye thing, when they were trying to demonize the Hebrew Israelites. But what ended up happening? Boom! A mass awakening through Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Or they try to do little wicked things where they go out there and say, oh, this, that, and then people end up looking and say, wait a minute, nuh-uh, we looked into that and that's not what happened. That's a lie. All right? So you see, or certain things with Bill Gates talks about population control through certain motives. All right? Or when Fauci says certain things about certain motives, or Carl Schwab says certain things about certain motives, or any of the WEF or the Economic Forum or the WHO. All right? And so when any of these devils talk about ulterior motives, they think they're really, we're going to get something. We're going to shoot this arrow. But they go to shoot it, and all of a sudden it's like a big piece of bulletproof glass, and bing, and it bounces off and shoots right back at them, because that's the Lord shooting that arrow right back at them. All right. Oh, how that happened? How did it happen? What did you got? God damn it, you guys! You should have been more under control. We had people that were kind of control the damage control and out here, and you fucked it up. And they don't realize they're blaming all these people when it's really the Lord that did it. The Lord shot an arrow of his own. All right. He can make that arrow. He can use the same arrows that those devils are using. They can put the devil tries to pull out this arrow and shoot it. The Lord intercepts that arrow and switches it around and sends it right back on him. Oh, what happened? It didn't work. All right. They're blaming all these people, but who they should be blaming. All right, the devils are, you forgot. You should have had this under control. You should have had this under control. Now look, now this media leaked out. It makes us look really bad, Dave. It makes us look really fucking bad. How are we gonna do it? And they're blaming Dave over here. They're blaming Jim over here, but they're not blaming who did it. They don't think about the Lord. All right, because these devils, all the wickedness that comes at them is from the Lord. All right, and we don't blame the Lord, but these devils, they don't need to be blaming Dave. They need to blame the Lord. That's who got them, right? That's who they should be blaming. So I'm not saying to blame the Lord. I'm saying that's who's responsible for the matter. But these devils, they're too stupid. They're in a weird state of mind. These devils know that the Lord does exist, and they don't want the Israelites to know that the Lord exists. But they think they can outdo the Lord, even though the Lord's omnipotent. They can somehow get away around him, and they think it's Dave's fault and not the Lord's fault for how that information leaked. It's just, look, because they don't think about the Lord. Okay, they don't think about the Lord. Okay, so and the Lord is blameless. He's not. I'm not saying I don't want that to. I'm reiterating my words, not to blame the Lord. They shouldn't give. They don't give the credit to their failure. All right, to the Lord. They don't think it was a curse from the Lord that it happened. They think it was just Dave messed up. Right, because they don't think about the Lord. Okay, so I'm gonna retract that because I don't even want to put the word blame on the Lord and all. Okay. But the Edomites, they do blame the Lord for a lot of things, just not certain things that, it's confusing. All right. Anyway, moving on. So let's go and get Micah, and we're going to get ready to close out. We're going to get Micah 2:1 through verse 3. It reads, woe to them that devise iniquity, Micah 2:1 through verse 3, starting with verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man and his heritage. Therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil. So look, these people are devising iniquity, all right, but the Lord's going to come right back at them and get them, all right, and pull a gotcha moment on them. Oh, you know, they're trying to, so it's gonna come back on them, man. It's really going to come back on them. But these are the people that are devising iniquity, right? It says it right here. It's plain as day. And part of this whole bullshit of Instagrams, you know, pushing something towards women and pushing another thing towards men is part of them devising iniquity. All right, that's part of them devising iniquity in order to separate, to cause division. All right, that's Esau's social media division tactics. All right, so they probably have a whole unit divided. They have a whole unit dedicated to it, probably out there of their social media units. All right, of chaos sowing unit. Right, they have them. They probably have them out there. Push this out there. Comment this. All right, it's all manufactured, man. Everything you see on the internet is most of it on social media is fake or engineered in some type of way. All right, the comments, a lot of them are bots. They're not real, or they are real people, and they're getting artificially inflated and downvotes or upvotes or likes or dislikes, or they're getting hidden or shadow banned and all this sort of different shit. You know, I've seen it firsthand. You know, I've commented on a Raleigh La Yasharala page, because my wife, she watches my videos, of course, because she's, you're not supposed to be watching other men's videos, but she still likes, the news stuff to see, like Raleigh La Yasharala, which there's nothing wrong with that, because it's not really teaching, it's just news clips. So, or like back in the day, there used to be two through an info, so stuff like that. So there's nothing wrong with her being on those. All right, you women that have men that are teaching. All right, of course, that's really ultimately up to your man if he wants you even watching that. But it's just news clips at the end of the day. It's nobody teaching. So, but you're not, as women, you're not supposed to be watching other men if you have a man who's teaching. So, putting that out there. But I've seen it firsthand because I made a comment on one of the Raleigh La Yasharali Hawashai is coming back 144,000 videos. And I was like, okay, it's up. I saw it on my page. It was up. She was looking at this video, said, oh yeah, I put a comment up on there about that, and she looked and my comment wasn't up, and it made me think for a minute. I was like, what, did it not post? But I went to my comments on that page, and it was in fact up. So that shows that I was being shadow banned. That shows you Esau is doing something behind the scenes. YouTube's doing something behind the scenes where people are getting shadow banned. Certain comments are not going up. Some comments, I could have comments on my page that I don't even know about. All right, I could have more subscribers on this page that I don't know about. Okay, as of now, it says I only have 56, I think. Yeah, 56 subscribers. Okay, who knows? For all I know, I could have 100. Okay, not it's about numbers. For all I know, I could. Who knows? I don't think I do. But some of these brothers, if you go to Elder Manata's Outbows, one of his pages at least. This is his main page. Is this one right here? I think this is no. This is his main page, and this is his backup, I believe. Yeah. So, which this used to be his backup before his other channel got taken down, but now this is his main one. You see he's got 10.1 thousand subscribers. For all we know, he could have 15,000 or 20,000. We don't know, and half the comments can be hidden. We just don't know, man. We just do not know. So, that's all part of Esau's social media division tactics, man. And it's a bunch of bullshit, and the Lord's going to pay him back, man. So with that, we're going to go ahead and close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Matter of fact, before I close out, I want to get one more. We're going to get this and then we're going to close out. Proverbs 11 and 21. Though hand join in hand, Proverbs 11 and 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. One more time. Proverbs 11 and 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. So, hey, man, the seed of the righteous is going to be delivered, and these wicked people are going to be punished. That's part of, the Lord's ultimate judgment that he's going to bring. All right. And Esau's social media division tactics are a bunch of BS. The Lord's going to pay him back for it. With that, we're going to close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. Shalom to you, brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring. Keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Until next one, Lord willing. Shalom.